how to cast a bait caster reel. Step 1. So there's a couple settings that's very important before you start casting with your bait casting reel. One of them is right here. It's this little knob. This little knob is the spool tensioner. What that does is it determines how much friction is applied to the spool when the spool is free spooling. So if we were to turn this all the way up, let's say we were, which is all the way as tight as possible, I'm going to click this button which puts it in free spool, but there's so much tension that it doesn't actually spool. So what you want to do is you're going to back it off. Shut the fuck. We're going to back it off a little bit until the frog starts falling down. So right here you see that it starts dropping. Right as it's doing a very slow drop, we're actually going to stop backing it off. So we just want a little bit of a drop. Next, some reels have this, some don't. This is a magnetic brake. So what this does is it applies a brake to the spool at the end of your cast. What that does is if you're casting in the wind, it'll help prevent backlash. So you want to set that on a calm day like we have here, maybe to a 2 or 3. So I have my spool the way I want to have it, the frog, and we're going to do a couple casts. All right, step 2. Now we have our settings all completed and our bait caster reel is ready to go. So our frog is falling at a pretty slow rate. We can back this off the more and more we go. So instead of flicking the rod, which a lot of people do, so coming to here and then flicking it, we're going to use a steady motion. So what we're going to do is the hand goes at the end of the bulb right here, and it's going to be a steady motion. So you want to be releasing at about a little bit earlier than when you're using a spinning reel. So like I want to say 45-degree angle right here, and it's going to be going up like this. So we're going to do a cast. Let's see how we do. So it didn't go super far, but we're just learning. At this point there should be no issues with the spool, and you shouldn't actually have to put your thumb on the spool. So if you have your bait caster rod set up, you don't actually need your thumb on the spool. So I'm going to do a demonstration of casting without using your thumb. So I'm going to cast and not use my thumb. So we're going to cast here. Ready? So if we look at the reel here, I never applied my thumb to the reel, and we have no issues or backlash. We're going to do that one more time. All right, so let's go a little bit further. So we're gonna really get it out there. So that cast is about 40 yards and still no issues with the backlash. And that is how to cast a bait casting reel with Luke.